I created myself on FM23 as an experiment to see how my footballing career would pan out. But I need someone else. Someone to compare myself to. Someone of a similar reputation, maybe. Okay then, so who is the most famous person in the world? Bruh. Any thoughts?
What the hell? No. Wait.
Right. Okay. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that. I thought it would be like Kim Kardashian or like King Charles. Congratulations, by the way, King Charles, on your coronation and all that. Had a lovely party. It was great. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. It all helps out. So this is me. I want to see if my career will be a success. Will I end up playing for England? Will I end up playing for the top clubs in the world? Who knows? Will I end up getting a career-threatening injury and retire at the age of 19? So the whole point of this is I want to try and keep it as real to life as possible. So I've tried to edit some of the details in, so it is basically me. So in my information, I am born in Swindon because I was born in Swindon. Lee Mckins, there's my name. I'm Lee, if you didn't know. Hello, I'm Lee. I'm fluent in English, apparently. And if you have a look at my positives, I'm looking for a new club because I've started as a free transfer. And I am flattered by the interest that's being shown in me. I'm very flattered. Now, obviously, I'm not 17 years old. I know I've got a baby face and I look young. But for this experiment to actually work, you kind of need to set yourself at quite a young age so your career can develop. If I inputted myself as a 31-year-old... well, I'm not going to go anywhere, am I? Because I'd be too old. Not that 31 is old, by the way. Don't want to offend anybody. So it just makes sense to make me a teenager. And on to my attributes. So, I tried to make it as real life as I possibly could. I want to be a striker.
What?
So I've tried to give myself striker-like attributes. So I'm a good finisher.
Bruh.
18 finishing, which is pretty tasty. Up there with the Haalands of this world. Target forwards are pretty effective in the graphics engine this year, so I've given myself good heading, really good jumping reach. I am actually 6'4" in real life, so even my height and my weight as realistic as they come. Yes, I know, 14 stone. I'm getting old. I'm putting on a bit of weight. It happens to everyone, all right? I'm relatively determined, relatively aggressive, work hard for the team. I've got good vision. I can see. I've got eyes. I'll take a cracking penalty, and I've got a little bit of strength. All of the attributes needed for an amazing target forward. And in terms of my player traits, argues with officials. I'm a rebel who can't be tamed. And I attempt overhead kicks, because I thought that would be quite cool. I've never attempted an overhead kick in my life, but I thought it would be quite funny. And as you can see already, I'm wanted by Bournemouth, Arsenal, Aston Villa, Barnsley, Blackburn, and Bolton. Interesting. But guys, I needed somebody to compare myself to. And of course, the most famous person in the world, apparently, is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Wrestler, actor, producer. He's a pretty famous person. And to be fair, most people would have heard of him in some capacity. And he's touted as the next Brian McBride. I don't know why that's so random, but I love it. So The Rock is also going to be a striker. You can see from his attributes here, 20 aggression, 20 bravery, 20 leadership, 20 strength. He was a wrestler. You do the maths. He's not a particularly quick striker, but he has got amazing finishing. He is very good in the air. He's 6'5". He's a big boy. So for all you Football Manager nerds out there, to try and make this a fair experiment, I've tried to make our current ability the same or very similar between the two of us, and our potential ability is also exactly the same in the game. So we both have the potential to be as good as Haaland, Mbappe, Lewandowski, Messi. It's just whether we're going to make it or not. So we start at the same level. We both are looking for a club, myself and Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And the question is, do we find a club before the season starts? So here's my plan, guys. I'm going to simulate forward a little bit, see what happens next, see if we find a club, and I'll be back in a minute. So first bit of information to pass on to you then. I have signed for Nottingham Forest. I'm actually quite happy with that Premier League team. They've given me 3.7 grand a week. I'd take that. My value range is pretty wide, anywhere between 26 and 79 million pounds. And I've scored already. 2 Premier League appearances, 1 goal. Let's go. My first ever goal came in the 9th minute in a 3-0 home win against Leeds. Let's have it. And my main rival, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, has signed for Lille in France. He's been given £12,000 a week. He's got more than me. I'm fuming. No goals as of yet, though, for Dwayne. And again, quite a wide range value for Dwayne as well, between 30 and 89 million pounds. I wonder if any of us will get a big move away anytime soon. Let's continue. So we have now reached the end of the first season, and I've got squad number 29, which is quite cool. 5 Premier League goals on my debut season as an 18-year-old isn't too shabby. I did get a red card at one point. I was actually sent off in a 2-1 defeat to Everton in the 17th minute. I'm a naughty boy. And our mate Dwayne, he's had a pretty good start to life at Lille. He has the number 10 shirt, which is pretty cool. 25 grand a week. He's had a pay rise, signed a new contract. 13 league goals for The Rock in 36 games. He's already established himself as a first-choice striker. And he managed to help Lille qualify for the Europa League next season.
That's pretty good.
Whereas I came mid-table in the Premier League. Do you know what? For Forest, that's a pretty good effort. So next step, simulate into the future. 2 more years. So after season 3, where do we think we're going to end up? Welcome again. I've changed my clothes. It takes a while to simulate this thing. So this is now the next day. Well, it's actually about 3 days later, but you know what I mean. Here I am. What a handsome guy I am. Look at me. Look at my smile. I'm at Tottenham. So attribute-wise then, I'm looking pretty tasty, to be fair. I've not had the best of seasons for Tottenham, though. I only started 2 Premier League games. 24 times I came on as a sub. That's a lot of sub appearances. Scoring 8 goals throughout the season, so not ideal. I am on 66 grand a week now, though, which is quite cool. I ended up signing for £44 million from Forest. That's a hefty sum. And you wouldn't exactly call me a prolific striker, really. So 3 years in, 18 goals in 84 appearances, 1 player of the match, 4 assists. Some work to be done, I think. Now, we need to check whether I've got any international caps yet. So have I played for England? I imagine. It's unlikely, right? It's unlikely. I've got 2 caps for England. Let's go. No goals yet, though. And 2 out of 21 caps. I mean, come on. I'm an international player now. Fingers crossed Harry Kane retires soon so I can be the main striker at the club. At the moment, I'm very much the backup. And my arch nemesis, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's still at Lille. Again, attribute-wise, he looks very tasty. He's a good player. He's had an okay few years, really. He's been a first-team regular. He starts most of their league matches for them. He scored 29 goals in 84 appearances, so he's doing slightly better than I did. But nothing to, nothing that's groundbreaking or that makes him world class just yet. However, the main difference between the two is, as you can see here, The Rock has got 23 caps for America, for USA, and scored 14 goals for his country, which is pretty healthy. So then, we've had drama. We've had things happening. This is the end of season 3. We're now going to go to the end of season 5. Let's see what happens.
5 years later.
So guys, the year is 2027. We are now 5 years into the future, and there's been developments. I am still a Tottenham Hotspur player. You'll see that I'm on £140,000 a week now, so I'm definitely loaded. And I've signed a fresh new 4-year deal, so it looks like I'm at Tottenham for the foreseeable future. Harry Kane is still playing. He's 33 now, so he's verging on retirement, but I'm still not in the first team. My career seems to be stuttering a little bit. So in the latest season, 3 Premier League starts for me, 22 appearances from the bench, 4 goals. Not a lot going on, really. I've been at Tottenham now for 3 years after my £44 million move. 6 goals in the first year, 5 in the second, 4 in the third. I'm just a bit of a super sub, really. I have gained a new trait. I now wind up opponents. I'm a rebel who can't be tamed. And I do have some more caps for England. 13 caps now, 4 goals. All right, a decent ratio. Overall, I'm going to be honest, I'm slightly disappointed. But I am loaded. Show me the cash.
This is Elon Musk.
So, The Rock, we do have more developments. He signed for Chelsea now. He stayed at Lille for the first 4 seasons of his career. He got an £80 million move, so fair play to him. A bit similar to me in a way. He's not really in the Chelsea first team. He started 3 matches, 14 sub-appearances in his first season. He scored 6 goals, which is okay from the bench. He's only on 58 grand a week, so I've got loads more money than he has. But to be fair, I am British English, and you know what English players are like in the game. The Rock's goal ratio for America, though, decent. 24 goals in 46 caps. He's probably going to get to 100 caps, which is pretty impressive. Next up then, guys, the 10-year simulation. This is now a big leap into the future. Another day, another dollar, another change of clothes. These things take a while to simulate. If I look tired, it is 6:45 in the morning. But I was so excited to record. So the year is 2032. Here I am, yet still at Tottenham. There is some good news, though. I am their first choice striker now. So as expected, Harry Kane did retire, and I've taken over. I'm not exactly prolific, but I am now playing most Premier League games each year. And I have done for the last 5 years. Currently on 71. You can't really see this because my face is in the way. But, you know, 71 goals in 288 appearances isn't too shabby. I am on £275,000 a week, though, which is pretty cool. And my value is anywhere between 131 million and 394 million. Big bucks. In terms of England caps, I've got 45 of them now, 15 goals. And I now have a biography, which definitely wasn't there before. It says, Lee Mckins is truly one of the world football's global superstars. Apparently, I began my career at Barnsley, which isn't true. Started at Forest, joined Tottenham. I won the Euros with England, though, and I won the Europa League with Tottenham. So, you know, winning trophies with Tottenham is very unrealistic, clearly. And our mate, our buddy, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, he is still a Chelsea player. He's 28 years old now on 300 grand a week. He's overtaken me. Similar to me, he is now Chelsea's starting striker. He's scoring more goals than me. He's on 105 goals in 280 appearances. 109 caps for the USA. 90 goals. That's massive. According to the media, he's now a legendary striker. He might be beating me at this point, you know. He's now won 2 consecutive Premier Leagues with Chelsea. He's won the Champions League once, the Super Cup, the Carabao Cup. He's winning things, apparently. But he's now got lots of player traits. He moves into channels, shoots with power, dives into tackles, gets the crowd going, and tries first-time shots. So our next step here, then, is to go to the end of their careers and just compare and see who's done better. The day is upon us. I have retired from professional football. It's a real sad day for all involved, but this is the point, guys, where you get involved. So in the comments, I want you to tell me, who do you think has had the best career? Me or Dwayne The Rock Johnson? Let's see if it's close. At the same time, let me know if you've enjoyed this YouTube video. I've really enjoyed making it. I think it's been really interesting to find out, so hopefully you guys have too. Again, tell me your thoughts in the comments. And if you want me to create any other famous people on FM, let me know. So this is me then, retired as a player at 35 years old. 507 appearances in my career, 116 goals, which is about a goal every 4 or 5 matches. In my England career, 36 goals in 84 appearances. That's not too shabby. Started off really at Nottingham Forest, got my big move to Tottenham, spent almost my whole career at Tottenham, 424 games for them, which is pretty cool. Ended up going on loan to Atletico for the final year. Didn't really score any goals, I didn't really play for them, to be honest. The majority of those 25 appearances were from the bench. And my individual honours, so as you can see here then, I did win the Euros with England twice. The Europa League with Tottenham once. I won the Super Cup with Tottenham, the FA Cup with Tottenham, the Carabao Cup with Tottenham. They had a very good 2031. The Community Shield with Tottenham. The UEFA Europa League Player of the Season 3rd place. I mean, that's not fantastic. I don't know why that's there, to be honest. The UEFA Europa League Golden Boot runner-up. The UEFA Champions League Golden Boot. Hello. And the UEFA Champions League Forward of the Season runner-up. A lot of runner-up awards. And Dwayne The Rock Johnson retired as a player at 36 years old. In terms of his USA career, 145 appearances, 123 goals. I'm throwing it out there now. He's had a better international career than I have. He ended up with 537 career appearances, 207 goals, spent almost his whole career at Chelsea after his big move from Lille. And in terms of his accolades, so he won the Premier League 5 times with Chelsea. He won the North American Nations League twice, the Champions League 4 times, the Super Cup twice, the Carabao Cup once, and the Community Shield once. He also won the North American Player of the Year 10 times. 10 times! The Champions League Forward of the Season 3 times. The Champions League Golden Boot runner-up. He won the Premier League top goal scorer. The Club World Cup top goal scorer runner-up. And he was shortlisted for the Ballon d'Or. And there we go. I hope you've enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it if you could. And hopefully there'll be another YouTube video on the way to you very soon.